Well, storms are causing flooding and downed trees around the state, and we may not have seen the end of this weather as flood warnings and watches remain in effect. This was the scene in Locker in Baltimore County this morning. As you can see, that road is completely covered in floodwater. Elsewhere in Baltimore County, a school bus got stuck in floodwater in Sparks. 2 adults and 1 child were on board when this happened, but all 3 were rescued and no one was injured. Well, of course, WJZ has team coverage. We begin with Meg McNamara. She's tracking the system. I don't even want to say it. Has more flooding could be headed our way. Meg.
Well, that's right, Denise. So the flash flood watch has now been extended through tomorrow evening at 6 o'clock. The city, Baltimore County, were under this aerial flood warning until 5:15 tonight, and it has just been a steady stream of rain on the radar. So I want to show you some of the radar estimates. So you can see 6 inches just north of Towson, around 5 inches for Baltimore. So these are over the past 24 hours. And we know we've seen significant totals even before that, 4 inches here. And it really does seem to be this area of north central Maryland right now that's really under the gun, getting the bulk of these heavy showers. So as we zoom in, remember, it's the yellow, the oranges, and the reds that show us that heavy precipitation, and it's slowly but surely tracking north. As we zoom out, look at all the rain that has yet to move through the state. So this will be continuing to move into Maryland. Coming up in the full forecast, I want to talk about how much more I think we're going to see and then time it out for you, let you know when we finally see some relief. But the threat for flooding still not over. We have a ways to go, Denise.
All right, thank you, Meg. Let's go to Mike Shue now. He's live along the Jones Falls as local fire departments report dozens of water rescues. Mike?
Well, Denise, the JFX is right above me. That is the Jones Falls. It is raging well above its banks. Back there, Clipper Mill and the Meadow Mill Athletic Center, they have a history of that area being flooded out, so they've evacuated all the cars and the people out of there. But there have been so many water rescues today, and we tracked down some of them. All of this rain has to go somewhere, and the Gwynns Falls has overrun its banks, closing down a quarter mile of road in Milford Mill. In its channel, just listen to its power. At this speed, you'd have a hard time surviving if you fell in, which has rescue crews wondering why anyone would risk it. In Sparks, this is the road next to the Gunpowder River. There, in the bend, a Baltimore County school bus. The driver, attendant, and a special needs student all were rescued by this special team from the Texas station.
Well, anytime you have a body of water and you're not sure as the bottom, we don't recommend anyone walking out.
These special crews have been going from one water rescue to the next. Back at the Gwynns Falls at daybreak, we see an SUV that was swept away. Its driver rescued last night. He's driven down this morning, still in his hospital gown, to see if he can retrieve the truck. Not yet. The water is still too high.
The water came into the vehicle.
A little further down the Gwynns Falls, we find Chanel Cole. She followed others trying to make it through this stretch of flooded roadway near Woodlawn, got stuck, and started floating.
I was thinking that I messed up my car that I just got, that my insurance is probably going to go up, and I couldn't open the door or all the water was going to come in.
The owner of this car walked out. Chanel called her dad, who lives nearby, and he used a strap to pull her BMW out. In Sparks, the water has to recede before this bus can be towed away. Another bus is brought in, so the special needs student, her principal, and an attendant can continue on their way to school. A day everyone can learn a lesson.
We recommend that people do not drive in standing bodies of water at the time.
So when in doubt, drive it out. We also understand further upriver on the Jones Falls, that area in Mount Washington where there are shops, access has been limited there as well because it floods frequently too. Be careful. I'm Mike Shue reporting live from Hamden. Back to you, Denise.
Yeah, be careful because it's still coming down. Thank you, Mike. Our weather coverage continues now with investigator Mike Helgren in Sparks, where a tree has fallen into a house. Mike?
Denise, we're on Enzer Mill Road. You can see the root system of this tree. It just couldn't hold up with the ground so saturated. This tree is more than 100 years old. And just look at how it collapsed this way into this home. You can see there's a tarp up on the roof, and the homeowner has water buckets inside because it is leaking, but he's okay. Let's listen to what he had to say just moments ago.
Took out the roof, basically. The rafters and the ridge line was taken out. Knocked off the chimney. Top of the chimney went down. And then we have inside, we have water damage from the attic all the way down to here.
So another live look at the roof here. He is getting that damage repaired as quickly as possible, but we could see more trees like this falling because of this continued rain. I mean, just look at how big this is here. This particular area remains under a flood warning until 6:15 tonight. Live in Sparks, Mike Helgren, WJZ.
Oh boy, heartbreaking. Thank you, Mike. Well, here are a few pictures that people have been posting on social media of today's weather. A look at Windsor Mills Historic District, where this person posted that since Memorial Day, this road has flooded 3 times. Now, this next picture shows Pasadena, where the water is up to this child's knees. And check out this golden retriever in Swan Park, who's not bothered by the muddy weather at all. Because you're a dog. Well, remember to download WJZ's weather app and keep track of our changing weather. You can get hourly, daily, extended forecasts and severe weather warnings. Just search WJZ Weather and get our app.